In this video, Marc Marquez speaks with Casey Stoner about MotoGP's new direction. Pecco Bagnaia ready to take more risks in title fight like Fabio Quartararo. Jorge Martin will put his interests before Ducati's constructor orders. Maverick Vinales critical of Supersport 300 after another fatal accident. Espargaro desperate to end his Honda stint on a happy note. And Yamaha both desperate and optimistic for a win at Phillip Island. My name is Sankalp and this is your Racing News Fix. Marc Marquez got injured right before all the new technical advancements like complicated Formula 1-esque aerodynamics, ride height devices, etc. started taking over the previously sleek-looking MotoGP bikes. And now, as he is making a proper comeback, he has found himself on a grid where bikes don't look or feel the same, and in his opinion, the rider has much less of a part to play. The same sentiments were being shared by MotoGP legends Casey Stoner and Valentino Rossi at different times in the recent past. After testing some of the new aero bits for 2023 on pre-practice Friday, Marc Marquez was asked about the direction that MotoGP bikes have taken in the past couple of years. Marquez said that he doesn't like where things are headed and revealed that he also had discussions with Casey Stoner regarding the same thing. Marquez said, "I have talked about this with Stoner. Motorcycles have become something different from riding machines. Earlier you had to play with your body, now you have to rely on electronics. The aerodynamics also makes the bike heavier, and if you slide the rear a lot, it doesn't lose its effect, especially when braking. So everything is different. I don't like the direction MotoGP has taken because now it is more bike than the rider that makes the difference. The more things you put on a bike like electronics and aerodynamics, the harder it is for a rider to hide the flaws." Shrinking down Fabio's 91-point lead to a measly 2 points, Pecco Bagnaia has had an amazing second half of the season so far. With 3 races to go and nothing to separate the top 2, Pecco agrees that he has to start taking more risks if he wants to see this challenge through. Pecco said, "I have to risk for sure, like him. We all have to risk in this moment because it is so important to be in front. These 2 races for sure are not the best for our bike, but we already demonstrated in the tracks where we were slow last year and we were competitive this year. So let's see. We will be pushing and trying to do the best possible and try not to think too much about the championship. It is good to think about the title, but this is the moment to attack." Carrying over his attitude from Thai GP, where he said that if it was him in place of Zarco, he would have gotten past Pecco for the podium finish, Jorge Martin said he would do the same if he is in that situation come Sunday. Martin said, "I am smart enough to know that you have to be careful with Pecco. Obviously, if I have the option to win a race or get on the podium, I am going to fight for it." Following the death of a young Dutch racer named Victor Steeman in Supersport 300, the same category in which Maverick Vinales lost his cousin Dean Berta Vinales last year, Vinales has criticized the bikes used in SSP 300 category and said that faster bikes could actually make it safer. Vinales said, "The problem is the category, not the riders. They have no power, bikes weigh like MotoGP bikes, brakes are bad and swing arms are from street bikes. You can be a rider who is 2 seconds slower, but you can follow the fast guys because bikes are slow. They have no speed. They all go together, and of course if someone crashes in front of you, it is impossible to escape or something. If this continues, much more things will happen because in this category, as I said, there is too much weight on the bike and no power. These bikes are not even real racing bikes." At the tail end of his tenure, with what he once described as team of his dreams, Espargaro is still desperate to have a few good results on the tracks he really likes. Paul said, "Both this circuit and Valencia I like very much and they are good for me. But I am still in a situation that is a little desperate and I am also not riding well. I don't feel comfortable with the bike and that is the main thing. In a category as tight as MotoGP, if you don't feel good about the bike, things don't work out." And despite having Fabio's lead shrunken down to practically nothing, Yamaha team boss Lane Jarvis remains optimistic of his riders' chances. Jarvis said, "We need a good result. The last 6 races have been difficult. The second part of the season was more difficult for us because the Ducatis have put themselves in place and there are many of them. Fabio is the only Yamaha rider fighting against the others. For next year, we have already done some tests to improve and give him a better bike. But in the last 3 races, we must not make mistakes. I saw that he is very focused and I am optimistic." Do you think Jorge Martin's attitude would have been the same if it was him going to the factory team next year? Let's chat in the comments below.
Hi guys, if you like this video, give up a thumbs up.